Hi everyone, my name is Sher. Welcome to my channel. If you've clicked on this video today, you're probably here because you need some Valentine's gift giving idea inspiration, and I'm really hoping that I'm going to be able to provide that for you today. I have challenged myself to go to Dollar Tree and pick out some items that I'm going to make a cupcake bouquet with. And this is what I came out of my store with. Now, my store was actually very limited as far as Valentine's items go. They are really picked over, and this is what I was able to find. But you know what? I think I got some pretty quality, decent items here, and I think we're gonna be able to come up with something really special. So let's get started. So we can't make a cupcake bouquet without cake. So this was the cake mix that I was able to find at my local Dollar Tree. Normally I would use a Duncan Hines or a Betty Crocker mix. I've never actually used this brand before, so it's going to be interesting to see how this turns out. And I also picked up some of their little mini cupcake liners. You get 150 liners in here. And Dollar Tree also sells the mini cupcake bakeware so that you can make your, put your little liners right in there. I didn't purchase that because I already own my own mini cake pan here, so I didn't see the need to actually purchase another one, but they do sell them, so that is good to know for those of you wanting to make mini cupcakes. I also picked up a package of these little paper cups, and you're going to see what I'm going to use these for later on. In here, I also have purchased one of their little cake decorating kits, because of course we're going to need to fancy up these cupcakes. Now, I have decorated many cupcakes over the years, and I already own many cake decorating supplies, but I really wanted to challenge myself and see if I could, make, something look really good with what I could find at Dollar Tree. So I'm going to give this a whirl. I will take all these out and I'll wash them in hot soapy water and dry everything out before we get to that part, but I'm hoping that this will work, but we'll soon find out, I guess. Then I also wanted to find some Valentine sprinkles. This is the only thing I could find in my store. I might actually just go in my stash and pull something else out if I want to make a little bit different variety of sprinkles, but this is what I was able to find, so we'll definitely use those. And then I also discovered this adorable little watering galvanized can. I found that in the seasonal section at my Dollar Tree. I thought this might be able to work into this somehow, so I have an idea for that. We'll see if that actually ends up being incorporated into our bouquet. And then finally, when you're making a bouquet, you need some kind of a container or a pot or something. So I found this adorable little galvanized tin. They also come in more of a skinnier, taller variety as well, but I thought this would work really well for what I have in mind. And normally I would use as a base a styrofoam ball, but of course my Dollar Tree does not sell those big styrofoam balls, but you can pick them up at Michael's, and I think even Walmart has them. I know here in Canada, Dollarama sells them for a couple of dollars, and that's what I normally use, and then I just stick toothpicks in there and I put my cupcakes right on there. But today I'm going to be making a kind of a base or a platform for my cupcakes out of these little cups. At least I'm hoping that's going to work for me so that I don't have to worry about trying to find something else to stick in there. So the first thing I need to do is go ahead and make some mini cupcakes, which I'm actually not going to video because anybody can follow the instructions on the back of a cake mix. And this one's very basic. It's just water, oil, and eggs. And so yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get these going, and when I come back we'll start assembling our little cupcake bouquet. So while I'm waiting for my cupcakes to finish baking in the oven, I'm going to go ahead and make kind of like a little form here that my cupcakes are going to sit into my little container, and hopefully that's going to act as kind of a framework for my cupcakes. So let's see if these are going to be the right size. I'm hoping that the cupcakes will fit in here really well, which I think they will. And so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take these and a stapler, and I'm going to staple these together to form kind of like a circle. There we go. And then I'll just keep going here. So this is what I've got so far, but as you can see, it's too small for the opening that I have. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a few more to kind of round out this part right here, and we'll see if we can make that work. So we're getting closer to having our container filled here, but I still have a bit of a gap. So I need to add at least a couple more little cups here. Let's see if we can get there with these last two. It's not a perfect circle, but I think I can smoosh this in here and make this work. Oh yeah, there we go, that's better. So I've just taken my mini cupcakes out of the oven and they baked at 350 for about 10 minutes. I made sure they were done by just putting a toothpick in there and it came out clean. So now I'm just going to remove these and put them on a cooling rack to get nice and cool before we can use them, you know, before we can start decorating them. So I'm going to just loosen them from the pan, and that's what they look like. Cute little mini cupcakes. So I was able to get 30 mini cupcakes out of that cake mix from Dollar Tree, so that was pretty good, I think. So I'm just going to go ahead and get these all on this little rack, and when I come back, we'll go to the next step. So I just went ahead and I placed some shopping bags in the bottom of my container here. And the next thing I'm going to do, Dollar Tree sells all different kinds of shred. I just happen to have this in my stash, and I kind of like to use green for my base because it looks like grass. So I'll just put some of this in here. So I'm just going to kind of line over top of the plastic bag. And the reason I put the bag in there is just so I don't have to put so much shred in here. And I kind of like the look of it spilling out over the edges here a little bit as well. So you can see how when we put our little cupcake thing in here, that's going to just rest right on top, and then all this grass is going to be kind of falling out and then filling up any little gaps that we do still have around the edges. So I'm just going to add a little bit more here and there. Now this is actually fitting in here quite well, and once I get the weight of the cupcakes on here, this is going to probably stay pretty stable, I'm thinking. However, if you wanted to transport this and give it to somebody, you might want to consider, like I say, putting some dabs of glue in a few kind of strategic places just to make sure that this is really, really stable. So my cupcakes are still cooling. They are almost there. So I thought I would go ahead and just get my frosting all ready. Now, the only thing I couldn't find at Dollar Tree was the frosting. So I had to actually pick this up at Dollarama, and it was only $2 for a container. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. You might also hear my daughter. She's just sitting right here beside me. She's my moral support today in case this whole Dollar Tree decorating apparatus doesn't work out and it goes south. Well, then we'll probably go to plan B, but I'm really hoping that I can do all of this pretty much Dollar Tree. So let's go ahead and get some icing tinted here. Now, I also really like, when I make these cupcake bouquets, I like to do at least 3 colors. I think that looks really, really nice. And I usually like to do a chocolate and then a couple of different colors, like a chocolate, a pink, and a yellow, or a purple. The chocolate really pops, but I didn't want to go and spend more money on another container. And, you know, I'm trying to keep this as budget friendly as I can as well. So today we're just going to do 3 different colors. We're going to do a light yellow, a light pink, and a light mauve kind of color. I think those will be really pretty, and I think that will be very Valentine's-y as well. So let's go ahead and we'll just tint our frosting. So I like to use these gel icing colors. I get them at Michael's. They're from Wilton, and these work really, really well. So all I do is just put a little bit on with a toothpick, and trust me, a little of this goes a really long way. You can always add more.
And these last a long time.
They do. I've had these for years, hey Megan? Yeah, they last a really long time. So we'll just start with the purple here and give it a good mix. This is a really pretty purple. I like this one. Oh, that's definitely...
Mom uses this all the time.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite colors. And that's definitely dark enough. So there's our purple. So I've got all our different colors here all mixed together. Those are going to look really pretty together. These would actually work really well for Easter too, I'm thinking. Yeah. These are really pretty colors. So now all we have to do is just put our cooled cupcakes right into our little form here. And let's see if these fit. Yes, they do. Look at that. Oh, perfect. So I'm just going to fill this all up here. I'm gonna kind of take the best looking ones and the nicest, biggest ones here.
There's a nice one right over there.
Oh yeah.
It's a big daddy.
Yeah. Who should we give this to, Megan? Who do you think would like one of these?
Perry's mom and dad.
Yeah, I think you're right. Look at that. So there we go. Now we're ready to start icing. So I'm going to show you a little tip on how to, because we're going to be using 3 different colors, and I don't want to have to clean this bag out every single time I want to change the color. I'm going to show you a little tip. And we're going to use some saran wrap. So I'm just going to put a nice big piece here on the counter. Like that. And then we're going to put a blob of icing, kind of right
in the middle, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like a hot dog out of it. Yeah, exactly. So then what you want to do is make, I overkilled here on the saran wrap, but that's okay. You want to make like a little burrito. So you just want to fold over your saran like that. And like that, just kind of roll it up. And then you just kind of go like this. So you got your little icing burrito. And we're going to take a pair of scissors and we're going to
cut off the excess.
Yeah, cut some of the extra off. Now the only 2 tips out of that whole kit that I think might even like remotely work for me are these 2. And I think this one, rather than this one, is going to give me kind of like a flower or a rose look. I normally use a Wilton 1M tip. That's my go-to. But anyway, we're going to try to do this all Dollar Tree. So here we go. And I don't have high hopes for this bag either.
It's cheap.
It's really flimsy, guys. I hope it doesn't burst while I'm squeezing the icing, but like I say, we're going to give this a try and see if it's worth $1. So all you have to do, actually, I should have put this on before. Hang on. Got a little ahead of myself. I'm going to put our little burrito right inside this little bag here. So I just put this right in here. And then you pull the end out like that. Here's where you can cut it even a little bit closer if you want to. Put your little tip on. Oh, actually, this is the one I want to use, this one. Screw this right on the end. And we are ready.
You're in business.
To start piping. So, you know what? I think I'm going to do a practice run. I've got my little foil from the top of my icing. Let's just see what kind of, yeah, let's see what it looks like. So I'm just gonna, oh, actually, you know what? It's not bad. It's more of a rosette than an actual rosy kind of flower, but I think that's gonna work. I'm gonna go for it.
You only live once.
That's right. So basically, I'm remembering that I've got 3 different colors. I'm just gonna alternate all the colors. I think I'll start in the middle and just kind of work my way out. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just get a good grip on my bag here, and basically I'm going to start in the center and work my way around. So here we go. Just even pressure.
It actually looks very pretty.
It actually does. It does look pretty good. There we go. You know what? I'm impressed. Not too bad. So let's keep carrying on. So this will be purple, yellow. Let's do a pink one right here. And it is kind of warm in here right now, so I'm going to get this done and get them put into the fridge right away. So this would be purple, yellow. Doesn't really matter if we've got 2 pink ones together, that's okay. So I've got my pink cupcakes iced now. I'm ready to change color. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to do that with this little saran wrap trip that I showed you.
Mom's making a mess.
It is a little messy. So all you do is you just pull on your little burrito and there we go. Now all I have to do is just wash out the little tip here. The bag is completely clean and good to go for the next color. So I've got my purple color in here now. Just gonna go ahead and trim the end, put my little tip on here, and we are good to go. So far, I'm impressed. Like I thought, the bag for sure was going to explode, and it didn't, so that's good.
Yeah.
So far, so good. All right, so now we're just going to continue along here, and we'll do our purple. The trick is just to do nice, even pressure. That's going to be yellow, purple. Ooh, see here where something's not quite right, Megan. We misjudged here somewhere, but that's okay.
Well, we're just gonna have to have another one, so it would be yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple.
So purple here.
Yeah, yeah. And then yeah, there would be purple there.
You've got 3 colors. It's a little bit more tricky trying to get it even. Yeah. So I'm gonna do purple right there.
She's so grateful to have a little helper in the
I
kitchen.
am very grateful for you, Megan.
Even though she called me Max from Max and Ruby.
Every day, you're the gift that keeps on giving.
I always tell you that.
So purple right
and
there.
then there'd be a purple there.
I hope I have enough. Okay, it's getting down to the nitty gritty here.
Actually, no. That'd be the last one.
Okay, good, because I think we're out of purple here. I'm gonna just squeeze it with my thumb.
Because then that would be 4.
Whew. Okay, we just made it there.
4, and then there'd be 4.
Okay, so now I'm gonna switch over to the last color. Just take this right off here again. I love this little trick. And pull. All right, let's get the yellow one going. So last and final color. Let's get the yellow going here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that looks really pretty.
Oh, look at that. That really pops. Nice. I like the last color. I don't have to think. Just go for it.
Because there's only 4 spots left.
I do like the 1M tip better. I think that they look better, but this is working. And it's really warm in here, so my frosting is really soft. I'm gonna get this into the fridge here pretty quick, but we will put our sprinkles on before we get it in the fridge. So we're just gonna put a few of these sprinkles on while it's still moist and soft. Oh, the purple looks really nice.
And while Mom's doing that, I'm eating my cupcakes.
Okay. The leftover cupcakes, there won't be many left over by the time you're finished with them, hey Megs?
Well, we don't got much icing left over.
Now, I also want to show you guys how to transport this if you wanted to do that. So we will wrap this up here once the icing sets up a little bit more, but we're going to get this into the fridge right away. So here is my Dollar Tree inspired Valentine's Cupcake Bouquet, and I am pretty happy with the way this actually turned out. I'm going to put a link to a cupcake bouquet that I shared with you, probably a couple of years ago. I also show you how to transport these things if you want to get it from one location to another in one piece. Like I say, I've used different tips and things. They make a little bit better looking rose than, you know, the Dollar Tree one, but you know what? It worked. And for the money, you know what? I'm actually pretty impressed with how well it worked. Now, this little can here, the little watering can, all I did was I just taped and hot glued to the actual handle here on the pot. And I was actually gonna put a cupcake inside here as well, but it was just too heavy and it kept wanting to tip, and I didn't want to risk ruining my cupcakes on the bottom here. If I had an actual styrofoam ball in here, I could have poked that wire right into the styrofoam and it would have been way more sturdy, and then I think my idea with the cupcake would have worked. But anyway, I do really like the way this looks. I think it's super cute. And the last thing I need to do is just to put a little sign of some sort. Now these I actually got at Dollar Tree a while back. They were in their crafting section. I use these little tags all the time, and I just put a little something on here. I actually picked up this Valentine's ribbon at Dollar Tree a few weeks back, and I just put a little bow here on the top. And I think I'm gonna just tuck this in between the cupcakes here somewhere, if I can find a spot. Again, if I had a styrofoam ball in here, this would fit in there nice and tight and would be perfect. I might play with that a little bit. But anyway, you get the idea. You really can customize this however you want. You could even put some Valentine's ribbon around your pot. You could do a little bow somewhere. You could put some of them little embellishment, little wood hearts that you can get at Dollar Tree. You could glue some of them around the bucket here as well. Sky's really the limit. I just wanted to kind of give you guys a jumping off starting point. and to show you that you really don't have to spend a lot of money and you can use really inexpensive, accessible items that you can find at Dollar Tree to make something really cute and really meaningful to give somebody that's special in your life for Valentine's Day. So if you were actually giving this as a gift, I would suggest putting it in a little plastic or cellophane bag. Dollar Tree does sell cellophane bags, but they're a little on the bigger side. I find these ones here, they come in a 6-pack, and I get these at Dollar Store and more here in Canada. They're the perfect size for something like this. So all you gotta do is just get your bag ready, and I would suggest that you keep this in the fridge for like until you are ready to take it to wherever you're taking it, and before you actually put it in one of these bags, because if the frosting is too soft, you're just going to mess up all of your hard work here. But yeah, if you just want to put it in one of these bags and just very carefully kind of roll it up here like this. The more chilled your icing is, the better off you're going to be. There we go. Then I like to just take one of these little zip ties and tie this right at the top here. Again, like I said, be really careful with your frosting. I could have had this in the fridge even a little bit longer, but I think you guys get the idea. And just tie this at the top, and then you can put your favorite little bow here on the top. You could tie some raffia at the top. You could do whatever you like. Or you could just leave it like this too. That would work as well. I don't know anybody that would want to get something like this for Valentine's Day. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I hope this has given you some ideas. And until next time, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.